Hello, my name is Noel Conlon. I want to prepare a macro for the control and power pages of a variable speed drive of the PowerFlex 40 family. So to do that, I've left the normal project and gone into the macro project, which I have prepared for this. Inside the macro project, the variable speed drive 40 is housed here, and the 400 is housed here. There's a significant difference between the 400 and the 40, and so two sets of graphics have been made up. This is the power section here. Nothing very much will change in this between motor sizes, but a great deal will change in this section between motor sizes. In particular, the motor protection and perhaps these feeders, these cables here, wires here, or the feeder cable will change depending on size. The PowerFlex itself will change depending on its size. As you can see on the screen here, this is a VSD for 11 kilowatts, so that's very specific to this motor and situation. The contactor used here would be a 100C30, which is specific to this motor size again. What tells me I have a data set here is this placeholder object, which I can open up, and it shows me how many of the parts within this schematic are attached or associated with these variables here, all of which I have created. This is the filter involved on the variable speed drive. This is the general variable for VSD itself. This here is for WD1, is for the wire going from the bus bar down into the MPCB. You can also see the MPCB itself. In this case, for the moment, is the current value is this particular model here. The local isolator, which is down here, has this part number. The contactor has this part number. When I select the Values tab, I've got my variables arrayed on the left here, but this column here shows the set of data which I have entered for a 0.22 kilowatt drive. And as we move to the right, you can see it steps up in the DIN steps from 0.22 to 0.37, 0.55 and so on, as far over as 11, which is the top end for the PowerFlex 40 VSD. This selector allows me to choose a different MPCB if I wish, by selecting from this table, which is all of the MPCBs stored in my database. I can do likewise for the contactor and any other variables which may in fact correspond to elements in the database. In this case, for example, I have chosen to simply write in some text which will appear on the motor. In the case of the cable, I can select a cable size, and I can also have here a specific cable gland which will attach to that cable. In the case of WD1, I type in 6 square mil because I know that's what should be used here. Low voltage connection to the bus bars. The macro project allows me to see the macros in this format, which is the navigator format. I have everything together, all the VSDs are together, even though I have them separated out here. I can see what variant A will be. It will be the control for a 40. Variant B will be the power for a 40. C is control for a 400, and D is power for a 400. There are some key differences between the two groups, so it splits up I split it up like that. For the 40, if I look at the properties, I can see how it's designed, where it lives, and the variant number, and a description here which will become visible when I want to insert this macro in part 3. So in the next part I will show how to insert the macros which have been created and reuse them in the project.